Testing, testing. Hello, everybody. It's time for another live stream today. Today we are at the JNF at Kennedy Airport in New York. I can't speak. Oh my god. Alright, I'm still warming up. I've got everything configured. Today we're flying this beautiful FlyByWire A380X around Kennedy Airport, or actually just around New York in general. And today we'll be having a little bit of a joy flight. No particular destination today. We'll be flying mostly at low altitude. I used to do these kind of streams in low altitude a lot around cities, because that's just, you know, having fun, because you cannot do that in real life. Alright, without further ado, let's just take off. I've got my altitude set at 5,000 feet. Around there. 5,000 feet. And we'll be staying pretty low to the ground today. Let me get my navigraph to show up first, please. Yep, there it is. Alright. We're taking off at runway 31 left. And down here is my webcam. You can see my controls here. I'm wiggling around. And then up there, that is my screen capture. And then even higher up there, all the way at the top, is a panel with my flight information. That you have the airspeed with our heading and our altitude. Let's hope that works today. And then even higher up there is my screen capture of the lower, like the pop-up screen, so that you can see what more clearly where I'm looking at, or what sort of flight instruments I'm looking at. Alright, without further ado, let's just go. Let's take off. First of all, 50% N1. Packing brake off. Hold the brakes in first. 50% N1. 4 engines. Nice. 4 engines are stable. And then now we go for Toga. Mantoga SRS Autoflux runway Autoflux Blue. And let's see if our daters are having love. No, not really. We have 100 knots already. V1, rotate. Nice and smooth. Positive rate, gear up. Oh, get lost, bro. Gear is coming up. I'm gonna level at 4,000 feet. Actually 3,000. And put the autopilot in first. And I'm gonna fix that, the 4 number things. I'm gonna retry that. If I can do that. Can I get a restart? It's not going well for that. Okay, I'm gonna restart this. We have Manhattan Island straight ahead of us, and shortly we'll be flying over there. Alright, our numbers are back. Great. Currently we are at 3,000 feet. And I'm gonna start hand flying this. Autopilot off. Turn on the bird. And go to external camera. Nice. Flying towards Manhattan Island. Let's go for flap 1 so that we can have a lower airspeed. Let's go to manage speed to 205. Shut up. Nice. Let's turn off the flight directors. Yep.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
If you guys have any more requests of what to do with this aircraft, leave it in the chat. There is Central Park. Do a barrel roll. The thing is, in the Airbus, I don't think the Airbus normal law can allow you to do a barrel roll. That is because with the built-in protection of the Airbus, you cannot roll more than 60 degrees. So I can try to demonstrate it over Manhattan, which probably is not a good idea. So I'm gonna pitch up first, gain some altitude, and then I'm gonna bank all the way to the left. Let's see how the Airbus protection prevents us from rolling all the way over. Alright, we're currently at 2,000 feet. I reckon that's probably enough. All the way to the left, and it locks us at 60 degrees pitch roll, and it automatically prevents us from stalling. We have alpha floor engaging right now, so the throttles, without my eye moving it, the throttles are all the way up, all the way now. So to prevent a stall. Toga lock, so we have to move our... We have to disengage auto throttle ourselves because of the alpha floor just then. So how realistic is that? So that protection is built into every Airbus aircraft. And we have LaGuardia Airport at our 11 o'clock there. Let's see if I can do a touch and go. Okay, flaps 2 then. Let's do a pretty steep approach there. We're at 3,000 feet, can probably do more. With flaps 2 and we are below 250 knots, we can drop the gear also. Can I not do that? Okay. The gears should be coming down.
$2,500.
We'll extend our downwind and try to do a touch and go at LaGuardia. I'm not very familiar with this area of the world, namely just New York. So this is probably a park if I remember correctly. Yeah. We have the thing here, I don't remember his name. And funny enough, if we keep going about that way, we'll end up back at JFK. So flaps 3.
1,000.
And our gear is already down. So let's turn back around to see if we can do a external camera viewed touch and go.
1,000.
Probably not a good idea.
One.
But we're having fun here. We're not about realism today. How close to real life are the controls and simulation? Well, I haven't flown a A380 in the world, or I'm not actually a pilot in real life, so I cannot comment on that. Okay, we are pretty much aligned with the runway, almost. We are flaps 3, let's do a flaps 3 touch and go. In
Too low. Terrain.
Yep, we know that. It's fine. Alright, let's look at the puppies. 4 rights, we're too high. We are treating this A380 as if it is a GA aircraft
Too
right
low.
now.
Terrain.
Alright, 4 rights,
low,
4 rights. We're gonna ignore that
Too low,
terrain
terrain.
warning.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
4 reds, too low.
Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
2 reds.
Too low. Terrain.
We're pretty spotty
low,
coming in
terrain.
here.
50, 40,
Too low. Terrain.
30,
20.
20, retard, 5,
Do we do a touch? Yes, let's go Toga. And then pull up. Nice. Gear up. Okay, I'm gonna let it do its thing. Lever climb. Open climb track. Yes. I'm gonna let it do its thing and kind of fix the EFB keep popping up. Alright. EFB on the throttle. Toggle EFB. No, I don't want that. Yep. And then this one. Again. Not this. This one. No. No. Flaps, that is correct. Okay. Oh. Alright. We can now continue our flight. Let's go back to the external camera because this is way more fun. Alright, let's do flaps to 2 first. First climb, open climb track. Okay. AP is off actually. You know what? I'm gonna start leveling around here. And start turning left along Central Park. Let's do a flyby camera. Nice. Climb, yes. Very low to the ground, 2,000 feet in the air with a A380. That is definitely illegal. One 1,600 feet above the ground. Let's get back in the cockpit. Let's see where we are. Let's fly along this river, which I believe is called the West River, if I'm not mistaken. Not West River, East River. Let's head towards that Manhattan skyline and thread some needle. Flying pretty low and slow. I'm letting the auto throttle do its job there so that I don't have to worry about manually adjusting. Down to 1,000 feet. Keep it level here. Oh wow. Let's hope I don't get demonetized by YouTube with this. But I am not monetized. We're having fun here. Let's have a look at the Statue of Liberty. How close can I get down to it?
Pull up.
Yep.
Pull up.
Runway too short.
Pull up.
Well, all kinds of...
Runway
Pull
too
up.
short.
Pull up.
Runway too short. Runway
That's a
too
proper
short.
flyby of the statue there. Alright, I'm seeing something up at the distance there. Probably a bridge, right? Let's go over there. Probably can turn on the terrain for you guys. In order to turn on the terrain for the FlyByWire A380X, you have to have SimBridge installed and running. So SimBridge is running, so we can connect it into the sim with the EFB. Connected. And then we can now turn on the terrain radar in the EFIS there. But it's not showing. So there's the bridge with cars actually. That's pretty fun. Let's have a... I wonder if I can fly under there. Do I risk it? Risk it. When are you gonna land? Probably in a little bit. We're gonna have some fun before we actually try to land. Probably in a 50 minutes, I'm gonna try to land this back at JFK. Right, so far, this stream is for checking out this FlyByWire update with the A380X. So far, the performance have been improved quite a bit. I noticed that as well. So I used to only be able to run it at like 20 or sometimes lower than 20 FPS. But now I'm getting a consistent 30 FPS natively without frame gen. But with frame gen, I'm getting close to 60 consistently. So 55 or above all the time. So that's good. We're gonna bank even more. We're gonna do another close flyby with the Manhattan skyline there. Probably do another touch and go before we're gonna land back at JFK. That is what you'll see if the A380 is flying at 500 feet above the ground.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
We know. This is very, very low. You should never be seeing an airliner flying this low. moving towards the skyline, past the Statue of Liberty. Should we do an outside field? I wish this flyby is gonna be up in the air though. This flyby camera. Alright, I see a gap there. Can we fit food through this gap? I don't want to crash into anything. Let's try that. Let's go to external camera view. We are so very... Can we fit through that? Right. Moment of truth. Oh my god, the left side. Okay. We cannot fit through that. The answer is... Oh, let's escape this. Alright, our airspeed was way too low. Toggle lock. Let's go for manual thrust for a second. Let's recover from that crash. That was not intentional, by the way. Alright, thrust climb. Alright, let's let the autopilot do its work for a while. Let's get back at 1,200 feet. I'm gonna clear that and activate approach phase. 270. No. 270. Alright, let's fly the airplane first. It's complaining a lot. Open desk. Okay. Let's punch in the numbers first. 270 at 2 knots QNH. Outside temperature is 15, as always. QNH 2992. Alright, 1013 then. Very well, we are gonna do 233. Which is not correct, by the way. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put in the correct number for the let's 23 right. Two three left. Let's do. No, not 2-3. 3-1 left. LS 3-1 left. Change to. No. Got it wrong again. Oh my god. Keep crashing. Alright, let's do that again. LS 3-1 left. Transition is this one. Alright, we are just above LaGuardia here. I'm gonna turn left into a left downwind for runway 13. Is that runway 13? Yeah, runway 13, and then do a touch and go, and then go back to JFK and land there. Okay, AP off. Let's do a left turn. Flaps to 2 right now. Let's go back to the external view so I can align it better. Okay, heading 310. 310. Okay, let's go flaps 3. We're way past the threshold now. Oh, we should not be climbing. Oh, we're in alternate law, actually. That's fine. Can still land the aircraft.
1,000.
Should not be descending either. So, gear down and flaps full. We're waiting for the confirmation for the gear down first before we turn in to the airport. Once again, we're doing a touch and go at LaGuardia first before we do a landing at JFK. Alright, four greens. Let's see the... I should not be doing that. Okay.
Pull up. Pull up.
There's something wonky with the controls with the airport, with the keyboard. Alright, that's fine. Okay, let's turn back into LaGuardia. So there it is. That is the runway 13. You can see it right there. Begin to shallow out that turn. Alright, we're close. 4 reds, 1 right. 2 reds, 2 whites. Alright, let's start our descent now. 3 degrees. Yep, looks good. A little bit too shallow, actually. Right, turn back into the runway. Yes, good. We're configured for landing.
400.
And we are slightly misaligned. Let's fix that. Alright, the A380 feels pretty heavy, but it's not that... how do I say it? It's pretty responsive still, even though it's very heavy, it feels like. Continue. Remember, we're doing only a touch and go.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Rudder, left rudder. Hold it. Alright, we're on the ground. Let's go toga. Let it accelerate first. That's 130. Rotate.
V1.
Alright, gear up. Just coming up. Okay. Let's level it off at 1200 feet now. No, actually 1000 feet. Alright, level climb. Speed to manage. Flaps 2. Alright, right now I'm gonna try to let the aircraft fly itself first. Alright. Track 15. Okay, let's go heading 135. Speed, I'll leave it at manage. And we'll be going to to modify our flight plan. 31 left. ILS 31. Hello. 31 left. Via DPK, Delta Papa Kilo. Star, no star. Insert. Alright, and then let's go direct to our waypoint.
1000.
Insert. Nav. And now we can see our aircraft going to the waypoint there.
1000.
Here. Alright, let's actually, I'm gonna put it back in heading mode at fly at heading at of 120 so that we can cut back the time it needs. You go back to JFK. We're gonna be flying a little bit of a circuit. Wow, what is that? That looks like a oval for horse racing. Is that it? Or some kind of racetrack? Yeah, two. A bigger one and a smaller one. And then even a smaller one. That makes me think that is a horse racetrack. Because of the dirt path. And then there's a stand right there. Okay, let's engage back the AP. Let's turn to heading 130. We're gonna stay at 1200 feet. We probably can cut even more on these base leg. Alright, let's engage our actually the clear is yep. Let's go back to perf and then activate our approach phase again. Alright, so for the ILS for 31 left, the ILS minimum is 213, so let's punch that in. 213, enter. Flaps for VLS is 126. VREF is 126 also. So our free app is 131. Slightly, we have to add 5 to the VLS. Alright, it's been 40 minutes of streaming today. We are coming to an end of this low flying experience. And currently we are flying a downwind leg to land at JFK runway 31 left. Looks like the stream is struggling a little bit. Alright, I reckon that is enough. Yep, we have the ILS tuned in now, so let's go to 215 heading. Returning base leg now. Do we have a performance page? I don't think so. Position monitor to KJFK. KJFK 31 left. Yep, 9 miles. Really that close? Okay. I guess we are that close then. Alright, flaps 3 then. Let's get configured early. Flaps 3. Heading 225. The airport should be there. We can probably see it if we squint hard enough. Somewhere, yeah, that is. There it is. That's the JFK airport. We can see the tower there. Making a short base leg here. I'm gonna start turning final before we drop the gear. Can you guys hear me okay? And I believe this is Long Island, if my memory serves me right. I'm not from the US, so if I got confused with all the places or the place name, please forgive me. Alright, that is pretty close. Let's turn even more. Adding 270. Sure. Let's enable lock. So we have lock star actually, so we are pretty close. Yep. We can see the localizer coming in. Oh, I didn't mean to disengage the autopilot. Let's actually enable the approach phase. So the both AP comes on, and then we have land 3 dual lock. So the airport should be directly in front of us now, and we can see the runway over here. Line up perfectly. And let's drop the gear. Gears are coming down. By the way, this fly-by-wire house livery is pretty awesome looking. Fly-by-wire have some pretty talented artists there. And all of this aircraft is entirely free. So if you have Microsoft Flight Sim either 2020 or 2024, you can fly this right now. You just have to download it. Alright, I keep accidentally disengaging the autopilot. Alright, let's actually turn on auto brake to low. Seatbelt lights good to go. And arm the spoilers. Flaps is full. Glide slope star, we have the glide slope capturing now. Nice. Flaps to full, please. Forgot.
1,000.
1,000 feet to go. Glide slope.
1,000.
I'm not gonna bother with the go around procedure. Actually, you know what? 3,000 feet. Straight ahead and then a left turn. So that is the go around procedure to intercept the radio. There, okay, I can see it. Alright, we are lined up already, and I accidentally disengaged the autopilot, so let's hand fly this. 600 feet now. Follow the flight director. fly-by-wire system is better than in-built. I'm gonna say that right now because just from the flight director behavior itself, I can already feel the responsiveness and the guidance is much better in the fly-by-wire aircraft than the in-built. Let's say the Beluga or A330. I don't like that. I don't like them at all.
100 above.
Pretty long inset threshold in the runway 31 left here in JFK.
Minimum.
Continue. Looking outside more.
50.
Flare.
40. 30. Retard. 20.
Oh, nose is too high. You know what? Let's go around. That's a long landing.
Retard.
Don't sink.
Retard.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Retard.
Mental guys are go around track. 15 degrees, nose up. Gear up. Flaps in one stage. We are still in SRS mode. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna do a level climb. We're in heading mode. I thought there was a go around. Go around track is for the heading. Okay, that's fine. We're at 3,000 feet now, so let's do another left turn. Left hand circuit back at the airport. So what happened there was I pulled back too much on the flare, so leading to me to float way too long past the touchdown zone there. So let's go flaps 2. I'm gonna engage the AP and let's go back to the heading of 135. 134 actually. Hello everyone. Oh, there is a small air view there. I think this is only for helicopters and I don't know, maybe military aircraft? I don't know. I don't know what airport this is. Very near to JFK. I've saw that from other times, but I don't know that. Brooklyn CGAS closed. So this is closed, right? This airport next to JFK. This has a very old style kind of runway configuration going on there. This airport. You know, all of the old airports have this kind of configuration for their runways. You know, 3 different directions, just in case the wind is favoring some, you know, alternative direction. But nowadays we don't build airport like that no more. Alright, we are executing a go-around procedure, not the published run. We're just flying a left-hand circuit back to JFK runway 31 left. So let's go back down to the platform altitude, which is 1,800 feet here. 1,800, if you can see it. There it is, 1,800 feet platform altitude. I'm just gonna do an open descent.
$2,500.
I'll be showing my settings page if you guys are interested after the landing. But my system is not that not overpowered at all. In fact, it is pretty low end. I have a very old 8700K i7 8700K. Actually, non-K, not overclockable, non-K. So, which is a long time ago, like a 10-year-old CPU. I'm still running it at, but I do have a newer GPU that is a 4070 Super. So that's helping a lot. But with a game like Flight Sim 2020 or Flight Sim 24, it's pretty heavily CPU bounded, my system. So in order for me to have better frames in the future, I have to upgrade the platform altogether. I cannot stay on this old CPU platform, you know. Alright, we can see the glide slope signal coming back in. We have been flying for 50 minutes now, so close to an hour. We're flying pretty low to the ground today. If you skip back to the history of this stream, we are flying pretty close to some building there. You guys want a gummy? I'll give you guys a gummy. What is this? I've got some gummy cola. You guys want some? You guys want some? Don't worry, I'll eat that for you. Alright, we're past meals, so let's turn back in. Heading 3... Heading... whatever. Almost back. Oh, airport should be there. Yep, there it is. Back to Alkmaar. And our auto brake is low still. Spoilers are arm. Flaps to 3 actually. Flaps 3. And let's get back into approach phase. Yep. Oh, we gone past the localizer there. Ran straight through. I was not paying attention. Alright, momentarily we'll be landing at JFK Airport, so please buckle up and stay for the landing, please. Let's do a heading of 280 and engage the approach mode AP1 and 2 on. Hello everybody. Lockstar, we have the localizer capture right now, so we're turning in to runway 31 left. We can also see the glide slope signal coming back down, so let's engage. No, let's drop the gear now. Gears are coming down. Lock. You guys can see up there, that is the that is the same panel as this right here, so you guys can see better at what I'm seeing in the flight instruments. Alright, flaps full. Speed check, flaps full. Alright, second time's the charm. Is that what it... whatever. Alright, landing for the second time back at JFK. Oh, I'm seeing the stream is struggling pretty hard. So let's pause right here. And... look first. There it is. Fly-by-wire. Why is it lopsided? Huh? Is the stream back? You can see pretty good bit rate. Yeah, the stream is back. Okay, so let's unpause there. Unpause and do our landing here. Alright. AP back in, please. Alright, we are descending down 3 degrees. Glide slope. Flaps are full. The ECAN ammo is landing no blue. So we are configured for landing. We're ready. Straight down the middle. Let's hope that I won't be flaring too much this time.
1,000.
Checked. 1,000 feet to go. Winds are coming from the left, slight left crosswind, so keep that in mind. Momentarily, we'll be disconnecting the autopilot. Let's disconnect it right now. So the landing is coming up. Autopilot off, approach 1. Follow the flight directors, please. Too low. Oh, some pilot-induced oscillation there. Let's pay attention to this landing, not flaring too much. Continue.
$50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Nice. Spoilers. Reverses screen, and we have auto brake load, and we have decel. Nice, that is a pretty good landing for my books. But something's felt wrong. On the flare, usually the Airbus have a constant nose down input by itself. So for the pilots, you have to constantly pull back a little bit. But today I didn't have to do that. So that felt pretty wrong there on Fly-by-Wire's part. I don't know if that is a mistake that they have or some bug they have when they are importing the aircraft into native 2024 code. But because I kind of remember back in Flight Sim 2020, they have that nailed down pretty good. So the stream is probably gonna end now. We've just been streaming for an hour back at JFK. Unfortunately, the fly-by-wire aircraft didn't have the native flight recorder, but I should have been recording this with the native 2024 recorder thing so that I can have a replay. But that's it for today. Next time, if you guys have any suggestions for next time, the stream, feel free to leave it in the chat, or in the comments of the stream. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching.